is going on? This is AlTone, and today I have the pleasure of sharing with you the RC4GS from Radiolink. This awesome little radio is a fantastic device if you decide that you want to do some upgrades to some of your RC vehicles. One of the main reasons why you might consider getting one of these particular radios is because it allows you to have a whole lot of additional functionality and control over your RC vehicle. Here we have the box that it comes in, and of course I have my Atlas over here, Horned Fury, and this is the vehicle I'm going to be doing an upgrade to and pairing it up with this particular radio, because this happens to be currently one of my favorite crawlers, and I absolutely love it. And so having the additional functions and features that this radio will provide is actually going to help out quite a bit. So one of the main things, of course, is if you happen to be someone who does not like carrying around multiple controllers for every single vehicle that you own, you can pair up to 30 different vehicles with this particular controller. It is a nice upgrade, and it's a cost-effective upgrade at that. And another one of the things that's really great about it is because it's got this nice screen on the top, and that screen is going to allow you to go through the menus and make adjustments to many of the different features so that you can get additional performance out of your vehicle. You can do things such as dual rates, which will allow you at the flip of a switch or press of a button be able to change your throttle rate or how quickly your car goes, which is something that you'll probably want to do if you have a crawler. It will also give you the opportunity to turn on and off lights and actually even control the steering travel. You can actually adjust the endpoints on each one of your servos or controls on your vehicle, even the endpoints on your throttle. There's just so many different features in this guy, including the fact that you can actually program the radio itself so that you have an ABS braking system on your vehicle. So if you're doing stuff like speed runs, and this is what I use my RC6GS for, which is the big brother of this radio. If you're doing speed runs with it, you know that if you hit the brakes going full speed, it has a tendency to cause your vehicle to tumble. You can set ABS up in this guy, so rather than tumbling, it will actually slowly slow down your vehicle and allow it to roll out just a little bit more so you don't get that tumble. Not only that, but it even is useful if you're racing. You can actually even set the ABS function in the radio so that it will pulsate your braking as well as even allow you to be able to recover your throttle at a lower percentage than what your actual trigger position is telling it. So there's so many different functions and features. The manual is very thick, and it does have a ton of information on how to set up each one of the features that I'm talking about and so many more. Now, what this guy comes with in the box. It comes with the radio itself. You do get your nice little R6FG, which is a 6-channel receiver. Now this guy actually has gyro built in. When you first turn it on, it does not have the gyro turned on. You have to use the bind button on here using the information from the manual in order to turn on your gyro. And once you turn on the gyro, it's actually already configured. This guy's already bound up to your radio. It's already configured to use this potentiometer on the receiver in order to be able to adjust the sensitivity of the gyro in your receiver. So that is absolutely fantastic. You do also get a lanyard, and you get a battery tray. So inside, I actually currently have a 2S or a 2-cell LiPo connected and giving power to my radio. It actually comes with this battery tray in there. You can take this battery tray out. You notice that it has a cable on it. You can just disconnect it, use a LiPo battery if you want to, and provide power in that way. And so having the ability to use a rechargeable power source rather than using a ton of, or 6 AA batteries, of course, which are not included. Now, looking at the radio itself, first, of course, you have your antenna, which is foldable. You can fold it down, fold it out. There's this nice little rubber piece here in the top, and what's underneath that, if you pull that out, is a 1/4 And what that will allow you to do is be able to put, like I have on this one, I've actually put a Arca Swiss plate here, and I use that to attach my mobile device or a action camera to the controller so that you can actually record your experience as you're running your RC RC vehicle. On this side, you have your power button as well as a USB connection here that will allow you to be able to do firmware upgrades to the radio. You also have a DSC connection here, and that basically allows you to be able to use this as a master or a slave if you're doing any type of training with this controller and paired with another of your controllers. It's called the buddy box system. If you fly aircraft, you're probably familiar with that. Then of course you have your throttle trigger, then you have your steering wheel, which is padded, which is awesome. And then you have 3 trim switches. You have your steering trim, throttle trim, and then you have an aux trim, which you can program into the radio what you want this aux trim to do. You have a couple of additional buttons here. You have a SWD and a SWA, and then of course your VR, which is your potentiometer here, again, that currently controls your gyro sensitivity, but you can actually change that and use it for a different purpose in the programming of the radio. On the top you have your screen, and that screen is actually going to provide you with all the information as well as allow you to be able to change your programming in the radio itself. Last but not least, you do have a lanyard. It comes with a lanyard, so you do have a nice place to attach your lanyard to, so you don't have to worry about dropping the radio if it gets out of your hand, or not even having to find a safe place to put it down while you're working on your vehicle or doing other things. Every channel in this radio is reversible as well. So if you have a specific way that you prefer driving, or you've gotten used to using your radio in a specific way, this guy gives you a ton of control in order to be able to make adjustments, even expo control for your steering as well as for your throttle. You can reverse your steering, reverse your throttle, you can reverse pretty much every single one of your channels in this radio in order to be able to get, again, the performance that it is you want from it, which is absolutely fantastic. Radiolink has sent me out a few of their radios in the past, mostly for aircraft, but this was one that I purchased myself because I wanted something to use. Now, they suggested this one for me but I wanted something to use specifically for my Atlas, the Horn Fury over here, so I can actually increase the amount of control that I have on this guy. I may be programming a few other crawlers into this radio in the future. So thank you so much for stopping by and checking this out with me. I really appreciate it. I plan on doing some additional content on this radio in the future and give a little bit of an overview of what those menus actually do. Thanks again for stopping by. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you again in a future video. Look at this little guy go. I've done 2 miles on a 2200 milliamp hour LiPo battery today. And this has just been awesome. Just doing a nice little trail walk. Right now I'm off-road. I've been mostly on asphalt for the majority of that. But this is awesome.